One subject that is near and dear to my heart is the subject of toxin buildup or toxin residue, where living on and growing up on a family farm, I experienced way more toxins than the average person, where I was exposed to pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, all kinds of chemicals that were really nasty. I also was exposed to a lot of fertilizers, seed treatment, also exposed to fuels such as diesel, gas, and all kinds of dust. And it kind of caught up to me one day where, out of the blue, in the prime of my life, 25 years old, where I thought I was invincible, all of a sudden I was paralyzed on the left side of my face instantaneously, and I couldn't open my eye properly. I was drooling out of the corner of my mouth. I couldn't function on the one side of my face. It was just totally frozen. I had no idea what was going on. It was extremely scary. I found out later that I got what was called Bell's palsy, where I wasn't quite sure what was going on. There's some research that indicates that a cold draft or breeze could create this, or it's just something that is completely random. But I think that, thinking back on it, that there is a high chance that it could be just me being susceptible and sensitive and getting a toxin overload with too many chemicals and pesticides in my bloodstream, where it's something that we have to be aware of, where we have to be careful what we contact ourselves with on a daily basis. Some of the other ways that I could be getting this, or I did consume a lot of toxins that, going back, I would like to do over, where I used to spray a lot of the deodorant cans with the aerosol cans, where I'd be getting a lot of aluminum through my skin. And also the toothpaste that I would be picking, and also the school programs had a lot of fluoride, where I had the fluoride treatment plan, and I'd be swishing around these Dixie cups of fluoride, and also the leads in paint. I'd be getting a lot of paint fumes, and yeah, I know, working on the farm with the chemicals, they gave us these little rubber gloves, but it does nothing to save my lungs. So I'd be ingesting them through my lungs, through my skin, and also the dust, and also mold spores, where a lot of mold spores through hay and through the grains. That one is even really bad. It's called tombstone, where that's a fungus that's not good at all. So the one thing that a lot of people have to be conscious of is toxin overload, and if you do have this toxin overload, I don't want to scare people. It's a matter of some of the signs that you have it is you might be sluggish, you might be sneezing, your body might be shutting down. If you have this, it's not like, oh my God, you're gonna die. It's a matter of, you need to push this stuff back out. You need to sweat it out. You can go to a sweat lodge. You can do a lot of exercises, heavy running, where you're sweating profusely. You're going in a sweat lodge. You can also do colonics, where you're actually getting it out your ass. You're purging all the stuff through your intestines, and you're purging your body from the inside out. You're scrubbing all those intestinal walls when you do a colonic. You can also do a cleanse, where a juice cleanse, a juice fast. You can do, those are some of the options that you have to push out and release all the toxins. I just want to make everyone aware that everyone, or a lot of people, do have toxin buildup, and you have to get this out. Also, the thing that it might affect is your brain, where you might have a lot of sluggishness. One other thing that I had is I had I had gluten problems, where I would be consuming too much beer, bread, and buns, where I would be getting all kinds of yeast, and often in the mornings I'd be sneezing about 10-15 times a day. I had no idea why I was sneezing, but I think a lot was the buns, and a lot were the allergies that I was developing to all the toxins and the dust, especially living out on the farm. So I just want to make everyone aware that toxins are out there, and for your well-being, you need to flush these out. And a lot of times they're in things that you wouldn't expect them to be in. They're in all your makeups, they're in your toothpaste, they're in your shampoos. They're basically anything that you can consume. Also, drinking water, you could be getting toxins from the plastic. You could also be getting aluminum inside of you from the aluminum cans that you're eating. Basically, anything that you consume or you ingest or that you breathe, you could be getting also some unwanted toxins with you, that you just need to take time every once in a while and make sure that you're methylating, sweating, getting this stuff out. Clonics, also fasts, juice cleanse, smoothies, anything like that are good to push out your toxins.